This looks a tad different to the last time I was here.
Product of the veil thinning.
Definitely felt that way.
Rather symbolic. You had a conversation with Oshiran.
I did, yeah.
Certainly planted a few seeds.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff I alluded to. Obviously, all that has come to fruition now. And the other thing you told me, my curiosity was a little bit, it was piqued. I do think I'm a good judge of character. And catching people off guard, it gives you a good idea of if they're hiding stuff or not. If they truly believe what they're saying.
And so, from your perspective, what do you think?
I think he knows something, but doesn't know what it is. I said it. His immediate concern was who told you. It seems like a worry of how it's getting around more than what it actually is.
Not many were there that day. Myself. The wretch, Norman. Shira, Kian. Then you had the two idiots. Ember Quinn and her wife. There was also Princess Elena. Luckily for you, you can use that last one to your advantage. She did a tremendous job poisoning the well. Rather eager to get to the bottom of everything going on, but the PD would lock the door at every opportunity.
Everyone seems to have that issue. Wanting to know everything that's going on. No matter how much they put their hand in the fire and it burns them, they still keep coming back.
Now there are fools that will go after the princess, claiming that her blood will help them with the sickness.
Jesus. They really have no idea, do they?
From a certain light, it is impressive how wrong they can be.
Human nature, right?
I suppose you could say that. And how are things on your end?
Better. Free of all of that shit. For a time. I'm not stupid enough to think that it's done, over with, or I'll never have to deal with those people again, but I never have to manage or try and keep them safe. Be their fucking shield for what they don't realize. I'll still do it again, but at least it doesn't have to be them.
There is certainly a lot of chatter from their side.
If I know Barry Benson, because I've seen it done before, if he is wronged by somebody in a bad way, he will go for the reputation first. Tarnish it, you know. Exaggerate, spread misinformation. It's what I would do. It's what Shang is doing, because, I mean, he's just tries so hard to be a mirror of what he'll never climb up to be.
Trying to paint the narrative in their favor.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't work too well when the person you're trying to paint that narrative of simply just doesn't give a fuck. And knows more about the city than, with a little bit of foresight, than they will. They'll, you know, they'll yap, they'll talk, they'll live in spite of me and what I'll make. And the city won't care. Give it 2 weeks and they'll be talking about something else. This tactic only works in the short term. Because if you keep talking and don't do anything about it, then you start looking like the miserable weak ones. So it's really no issue to me.
In regards to Shang, his ego is very fragile.
Oh yeah.
Simply put, I'm sure you could lay low, and he would drive himself even further into insanity.
That's what I've been doing. And the tough bit is just convincing the others that that's the best course of action. It's not hiding from it. It's just letting them lose their minds first. All that hate, nowhere to put it.
There is certainly a power in silence. Once someone is comfortable with a certain way of things, to shake it up, it throws them off guard.
I have no problem sitting in silence for as long as I need to.
I take it you have spoken with one Ziggy.
No, I haven't. Another product of all of this shit is the people who have decided to leave have been all given no contact lists. Speak to me and die. So I haven't pushed it. Why do you ask?
The blood out was conducted. That is a procedure of the MC mentality, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's just say his blood was not spilt by Barry.
By who?
Yours truly. The island to the west, opposite of here.
Hmm.
I observed the entire thing. Shang was watching over the boat. I took a chance to torment him a little. What ended with Ziggy looking out to the horizon ended with him looking to the sky. The debt was settled for his son, Hank. Yet I'm sure Barry would claim otherwise. Game, that is a card you should definitely hold to your chest.
Oh, that one I need to hold on to. It would be an interesting show that I do know that. I mean, honestly, it'll just fuel the fire of I work for you guys or work for something. I think it could do more damage to that family. Flop, Ziggy, and Rue.
In a way, I suppose it brought them together.
That won't last. The only way that lasts is if they all left that MC life. One of them is still in it. And we'll never... I don't see them ever letting their claws out of her. I think they'll...
Never know what the future may hold.
Yeah, that's true. Never say never. I do hope you know the other card. I haven't told anyone else. I don't plan on it either. There's no need to. Just something to keep an eye on. Just and see that reaction.
What does it kind of say? Grab the popcorn. Sit back and watch the fireworks.
Yeah. They are a little bit more fun to watch when you know you've set them off, though. Just a little bit.
Considering how intertwined everything is, I suppose it is a matter of perspective.
speaking on perspective, I once told somebody a long time ago. Well, I say a long time ago, probably a little over a year ago. Which does feel like a lifetime in this fucking city. That club, what I was doing there would be it. Would be my final chapter. And recent events have changed my perspective on what that means. I don't ever plan on dying for somebody. I resigned myself to this life because the thing that was being made was meant to live on.
There are so many that have a hero complex. They believe they have to be the one that die on the sword. The problem is, once you are dead, that is it. Or at least that is what it should be.
I agree with that statement more than anything that could ever be said. The dead should always be that.
And so you find yourself with a set of circumstances like now. Edgar is free. Sure, he may serve a few more years in that prison, but he is going to suffer every second of it. He's going to wish he was dead. When was the last time you spoke to Norman?
I couldn't tell you. Months, maybe. There's a reason I came out here. And the reason why I bring the perspective thing up. You watched the blood out, right? You witnessed that, and you know, on the surface level, that's what I should be getting or would have gotten already. But too much of that club's mentality has been broken for me to allow that to happen. I guess in a roundabout way, when I create what I want to create, I think that's what I now realize that would be my last chapter. But there's something else I sat with. I mean, it's been in the back of my head and only now has really come to the front. And bear with me, because obviously I have to go off of what I know from you, what I know from other people, and what I know from Norman. What I know, Norman, if ever replaced or moved on, he doesn't rest. He's not resting now. Is that correct?
He is persisting, yes. is no rest for Norman or his little brother. Nothing above, nothing below, just the eternity in oblivion. The void, the darkness.
I don't think I can ever be at rest. I'm not certain. And then on the other hand, all this playing with lives, playing with death and everything in between. I hate seeing it. I've only ever stepped on this island once because I didn't ever want to. I didn't think I'd want to experience what it actually is on the other side. That in between.
It is a very unfortunate glimpse beyond the veil. For a time, I was considered the gardener of the island. At least on this side. Many that would swim across, trying to find something, I would send them on their way. You have witnessed some of that. Charlotte Spade. And other deputies. They dig a little too deep and they wound up losing their vision.
Yeah, I remember.
I was a way of preventing fools from coming across, but eventually I suppose to word it, realization. Let them come across. Let them see what is so desolate. And if they continue to dig, the other will have fun. It further weakens that veil. Eventually, it may very well assist in his removal.
I've only heard people coming here doing exactly that. Digging and being disrespectful and wanting something or doing it for some sort of eluded goal. It's all that's been happening here for, Jesus, a year? Or so in the past 6 months. guess I'm doing the same, but I hope you see I'm doing it from a different point of view.
What drives you may be different, but the goal may align.
Which goal? With what the others want?
The removal, yes. To return things to a sense of normality.
That's the problem with removal. Everybody's looking at that too short-sighted. Removal implies an unknown after that.
It is an absence that will feel like a pit in your stomach you cannot fill. Unfortunately, I have played a part in that. It is not right for things like myself to be, well, doing this, conversing with mortal minds.
Instead of removal, why not replacement?
I learned that the hard way. Once I can shed this mortal coil, never again. It is not intended. Whilst it had its advantages for the short term, long term there are issues beyond merely puppeteering a mortal and their soul. It is funny. Norman offered Osvaldo the choice of replacing and taking over me. We are not meant to be contained.
I guess I know it from my perspective, right? I read the journal, and that's obviously taking a word on it even being true in the first place. I don't know. I've lost a lot. I don't have a whole lot left to lose. And the shit I've been through, I don't think I'll ever rest, no matter where I go.
Fortunately for you, you are still alive. The path you are taking is going to keep you very busy.
Not wrong. I guess I'm just looking ahead. A part of me, everybody warns, right, about this island, what it represents, or what it is on the other side. You never want to experience it. And I mean this in a respectful manner, not. I want to. I want to feel what's waiting for me.
Well, that is not my realm of responsibility.
I know.
It is also not my place to, well, spoil the outcome.
In the meantime, that club is fair game. You won't have me asking for forgiveness on someone else's behalf or giving me a chance to talk to them. Those idiots deserve what's coming to them. This whole city does.
I suppose we will see what will occur in the coming days.
I did have one more question. In my conversation with Oshira, she told me about a seal. But only she could see. I think she mentioned McNulty could see it. I'm just curious.
About if it exists or the intent.
I don't doubt it exists, but yeah, the intent or what it means.
don't take you for someone that has spent time looking into rituals and such.
Not recently. When I did hear about yourself and the possibility of horsemen and all that, I did do very minimal research. Other than that, no.
When a seal is broken, many texts describe it as being a one-way ticket. Once broken, cannot be repaired. Not entirely true. For the price that it requires. I had a conversation with Miss Andy Jones, and during such, I came to a realization. What was broken can be restored, and in its restoration, the end.
So, bear with me. The intent is to have it broken.
Not mine.
Ah.
And ideally none of the others. I intend on repairing the connections, you would say.
Hmm.
There are some key steps, measures in place.
I don't expect an answer from this next question. Actually, I'll ask another one for why put your seal on her? What does that do?
Now is not the right time to tell you why. Or what. But I assure you, when it occurs, you will know. She will know.
Hmm. Okay. I guess one of my only other questions, even with everything that's going on, I've had more time to think than I've had for months. Why do you tell me what you tell me? Why do you... Why do you talk to me at all?
You are one of several. I suppose you could class yourselves as more fortunate. Unfortunate. You have come into contact with death. There is shall we what? A factor in suffering. And whether you acknowledge it or not, you have suffered a substantial amount.
Yeah.
And yet you persist. There are not many like you. So many that inhabit this island. That live life. Pedal to the metal and total disregard. But they don't know what it feels like to be alive. Most times when you say that, people always think of the good things in life. The harsh reality is you need both.
Yeah, I guess I kind of knew that answer. guess I don't really have much else to ask.
When you return across the water, be mindful.
Is there something over there? Or someone?
Not something, yes. No one that will harm you, but in regards to how chatty she can be.
Who is it?
The sister to one Oshira.
Good in mind.
I can certainly distract her.
No, it's okay. I've been either silent or given my reasons as to why I do what I do. I think it's about time I feed into the insanity just a little bit to watch them actually burn. I don't care what people see or what they think now. None of it fucking matters. I do appreciate the chat as always.
Pleasure.
I also made sure that cure went to somebody who needed it. She'd been suffering with it long enough.
Be grateful it wasn't paid off like Ziggy did. Are you familiar with Ember Quinn?
Yeah, I am.
I at the funhouse. She made it a point to mention her wife had been suffering for so long. When I mentioned the possible debt being paid, she was eager, desperate. So I denied her. For someone so eager on getting the sickness. It is better off they didn't have it.
Yeah, I can agree with that, definitely. Till next time.
And with that,
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
avoid the Shah.
I'll do my best.
It has a nasty taste for blood.
So do I. So I think I'll be okay.